Archangel Michael says, listen to this with your spirit open and your heart protected, because the hour is no longer safe. Somewhere far from your home, but energetically tied to your soul, a person has lit a candle and whispered your name with the wrong intention. Your photo, one you never gave permission for, now sits in the middle of a ritual circle meant to bind your energy and redirect your blessings. You have been feeling strange lately, haven't you? Unexplained tiredness, sudden dizziness, or a cold chill when you're alone in a room. That is not coincidence, it is a spiritual side effect from someone tampering with your image, using it in a silent attack that is scheduled to peak tonight at midnight. This isn't just a minor act of jealousy or revenge. What they are doing is rooted in envy, hidden pain, and the desire to make sure you never rise above your current level. They have partnered with someone who knows rituals, who has knowledge of old spiritual practices, and together they are trying to rewrite your future. You may have innocently posted your photo somewhere online. That's where they took it, downloading it quietly and printing it without your consent. That picture, your smile, your aura, it's now at the center of their setup, surrounded by smoke, salt, ash, and whispered chants. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The intention behind this act is not just spiritual, it's personal. This person has been watching you for a while, observing your growth, your opportunities, and the favor that surrounds you. What they can't have, they want to destroy, and what they can't build, they try to block in others. Archangel Michael says, you must act with spiritual wisdom and urgency tonight. There is an invisible war playing out in the background, and you are the target of an emotional ambush. But you are not alone, and your angels are prepared to push back if you give them permission to intervene. Someone is mixing herbs and whispering ancient chants, trying to invoke confusion and loss in your name. They believe that by calling your energy, placing a black thread around your photo, they can delay your progress or even redirect your fortune toward themselves. They have mistaken your silence for weakness, and your peace for blindness. There's an old chair, a dark room, and incense smoke swirling in spirals tonight as they call on shadows to obey them. But what they didn't expect is that the divine light protecting you has already begun to counter their darkness. As they try to whisper curses, the heavens have already released shields of protection to surround you. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The signs are everywhere if you pay attention. You may feel your phone heating up unusually, photos disappearing from your gallery, or a certain number repeating constantly on clocks and license plates. That is not random. That is a spiritual alert system flashing in front of you. Someone who once smiled at you, someone you may have even trusted with a secret, is now aligned with the wrong spirit. Their jealousy turned sour after they saw something you shared recently. Maybe it was an announcement, a promotion, or just your glow. Whatever it was, they couldn't handle it. They went to someone for help, a person who claims to have powers, someone who keeps a room dark and filled with symbolic items. That person instructed them to bring an image of yours. And now, that image is sitting inside a jar surrounded by thorns, aimed at keeping you stuck and spiritually exhausted. You may wake up around 3 a.m. often, feeling watched or anxious without knowing why. That's when they're most active. That's when their energy tries to access yours while your conscious defenses are down. Type Amen to get blessing 999. But you have something stronger than any ritual, the power of divine reversal. Archangel Michael says you were chosen to break chains, and that includes those thrown secretly at you. While they try to entrap you with pictures, you can send legions of light to burn every rope and blindfold placed on your destiny. Speak your name aloud tonight and call your energy back. Wash your face in cool water and place a glass of salt water near your bed. It absorbs low-frequency attacks. Burn white candles and command all dark rituals done with your photo to break into smoke and ash. You are not defenseless. Your ancestors are not asleep. The people from your bloodline who walk in the Spirit are ready to step into the circle where your photo sits and scatter every evil intention into dust. This person who stole your image, spiritually or digitally, is getting desperate. They feel their own world collapsing, and instead of taking accountability, they blame your blessings. They are trying to pull you into their cycle, into their misfortunes, by forcing your picture into their binding practices. Type Amen to get blessing 444. But tonight, a divine intervention will occur if you are aware and spiritually armed. By midnight, a wind will pass over your name, a divine gust that blows away anything not aligned with your light. The candles around your photo will flicker, and their ritual will start to fail as your energy returns to you fully. This is why you've been having trouble sleeping. This is why certain people have gone quiet or others have started acting strangely toward you. Energetically, things have been shifting behind the veil, and the one behind this will soon be exposed. They thought they were clever, thinking no one would find out. But they underestimated how connected you are to the spiritual realm. The same spirits they tried to call will begin to torment them for using your name in vain. You will know who this person is soon. They will try to message you again or accidentally say something that reveals their guilt. Your spirit will recognize the betrayal in their tone, even if they try to smile through it. Type Amen to get blessing 121. Tonight, speak your own name with power. Do not allow anyone else to control the energy that belongs to your soul. Your photo is a part of your spiritual identity. Take it back with divine command. Do not ignore this message, for the portal they're trying to open will not just affect your progress, it will try to tap into your health, relationships, and mind. But they have made one fatal mistake: you are divinely protected and not to be played with. As they chant over your photo, a divine hand will reach down and snatch it from the spiritual plane. They will feel confusion, dizziness, and things around them breaking, because what they meant for you will fall upon them instead. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, what they do in secret will be shouted from the rooftops soon. They wanted you to suffer silently. But your blessings are too loud to be buried under candles and chants. Your light will blind them before it ever bows to their shadows. Type Amen to get blessing 636. Every mirror they use, every jar they seal, every pin they insert, none of it will work. You are not a pawn in their fear games. You are a child of light, destined to shine no matter who tries to cover your glow with smoke and ashes. Burn this message in your memory: tonight they fail. Tonight, the ritual returns to sender. Tonight, the heavens strike back not with fear, but with holy fire. If you feel tightness in your chest, pressure in your ears, or a sudden change in temperature, it is your energy reclaiming itself. Breathe deeply. The angels are already working behind the scenes to restore what was stolen. Stand tall, for this ritual will be the last one done against you. You are crossing into a realm of spiritual strength that can't be bound by candles or whispered curses. Type Amen to get blessing 505. The reason this person used your photo is because they could not touch your energy directly. You never gave them permission to enter your sacred space, so they tried to cheat the system. But spiritual law is clear: what is stolen and misused always returns multiplied, and now, their time is running out. By midnight, their power will crack like glass. Their circle will break, and your face will vanish from their setup. What they thought would tie you down will actually elevate you higher. Because heaven has seen enough. Because the angels have spoken. Because you have now been warned, and protected. Type Amen to get blessing 717. Their mistake was thinking that you were alone. But the moment they placed your photo inside that circle, they also invoked a divine reaction they could never prepare for. The heavens don't remain silent when the innocent are attacked, especially when the attack is spiritual and malicious. This person who took your image is already starting to feel the weight of what they did. Their nights are no longer peaceful. Their reflection in the mirror has begun to distort, and they feel an unseen presence watching them, because the energy they stirred is far more powerful than they expected. They didn't just tamper with your image, they disturbed the ancestral spirits who walk beside you. These spirits have awakened now, circling around you like unseen guards, repelling every negative frequency trying to attach itself to your soul. Tonight, they will ensure that no binding, hex, or curse shall last beyond the clock striking midnight. If your heart has been racing or your skin tingles without explanation, it's your spirit rising to defend itself. You were never meant to fight this alone. You were built with protection written into your spirit the moment you were born. Type Amen to get blessing 828. They know what they've done is wrong. But pride has blinded them. They thought they could use an old ritual to turn your blessing sour, but all they've done is mark themselves with guilt that will soon manifest as chaos in their own life. The spiritual world has laws, unseen but absolute. To use someone's face, energy, or image in rituals without consent invites collapse. And collapse is coming for them now, whether they admit it or not. The photos, candles, and circles will not protect them from the divine backlash. Their words will twist in their mouth. Their hands will shake as their own energy begins to leak from the rituals they've performed. You are being reclaimed. Your soul is being rewired back to its full potential. And the ritual that was meant to trap you will now serve as the trigger for your full awakening. Type Amen to get blessing 404. Archangel Michael says, you have entered a time of spiritual clarity. Nothing can be hidden from you anymore. Faces will reveal themselves. False allies will begin to crumble under the weight of their pretense. This moment is sacred, because it is not only a warning, but a powerful turning point. You are being elevated above the low vibrations of those who tried to drag you down. You are being set apart for a reason greater than even you understand yet. Let tonight be the last time your image is used in secrecy. Let tonight be the last time someone tries to manipulate your spirit in the dark. You are about to rise with a power they can't mimic or block. This message reached you because your soul cried out for a signal. This is that signal. Respond to it by cleansing, by declaring your protection, and by refusing to allow fear any more access to your life. Type Amen to get blessing 112. The rituals they use depend on your ignorance. The less you know, the more they thrive. But now you are aware, and that awareness alone breaks more than half the power of the attack. They saw something in you that scared them. A glow, a gift, a future too large for their comfort. Instead of celebrating your journey, they plotted its collapse. But instead of falling, you will now fly higher than they can even imagine. Tonight is spiritual warfare, and the angels have already taken position. A mirror will crack in their space, a flame will flicker unnaturally, and a strange noise will interrupt their focus. That's how they'll know their ritual failed. You are no longer the target. You are the storm. Type Amen to get blessing 717. Your photo was used with the intention to weaken. But it's returning to you now as a symbol of strengthening. What they meant for harm is now transforming into spiritual momentum. This reversal will be public. People will see you shine in places where they swore you'd fade. The very platform they tried to silence you on will become the source of your visibility. Their jealousy was a signal, not of your weakness, but of your rising value. And while they tried to manipulate energy in darkness, your power flows directly from light. Their rituals are bound by time. Yours is infinite. Take a spiritual bath, cleanse your atmosphere, and declare, "No photo of mine shall be used without the fire of heaven burning through it." That declaration alone begins the collapse of their plan. Type Amen to get blessing 929. They held your picture, but they never held your power. They circled your image with smoke, but they never could cover your truth. They whispered over your name, but they never had permission from heaven. Now their hands are shaking. Now their room is colder. Now they are hearing noises that don't belong. Because they messed with a child of destiny. Because they summoned something they do not understand. Because they forgot that Archangel Michael hears the cries of the righteous, even when they say nothing. Type Amen to get blessing 686. And now, as midnight approaches, the spiritual realm prepares to shut their efforts down completely. A wind will blow unexpectedly through their space. A candle will extinguish itself. A loud creak will echo through their hallway. That is not coincidence. That is divine intervention. You don't need revenge, you are getting deliverance. The best part is, they will have no words for what is happening. No one will believe their confession if they dare make it. But their eyes will darken with regret as their intentions backfire. You, on the other hand, will sleep peacefully. Because tonight, heaven chose you over their spell. Type Amen to get blessing 313. You may wake up tomorrow lighter. The heaviness you've carried will suddenly lift. Because that photo has been spiritually returned, cleansed by light and no longer in their possession. Their ritual will leave a spiritual stain they cannot wash off. Their involvement will haunt them. And those who help them will start turning against each other in fear. Your glow cannot be dimmed, and your favor cannot be transferred. You are sealed. You are guided. You are protected by fire and light. Type Amen to get blessing 909. They thought they could turn your image into a trap. But what they unknowingly did was give your spirit even more recognition in the realm of power. The moment they began their ritual with your photo, the divine realm took notice, and marked you as untouchable. Now, everything they tried to bury you with is being returned to sender. Their incense smoke has begun to thicken not because of power, but because of panic. What they called upon has now begun to feed on their own fear, because your spirit was never meant to be messed with. Every whisper they said over your photo is being reversed. Every symbol they etched on paper with your name is being torn in the realm of spirit. Their chants are turning into silence because your angels have taken over the atmosphere where they tried to summon shadows. You might feel vibrations in your room tonight. That's not fear, it's your own power returning to your body. You might hear a name in your dream. That's the one responsible for this dark act being revealed to your subconscious. Type Amen to get blessing 808. From this moment forward, no one will ever again be able to hold your energy in their hands. That season is over. Your face was not made for dark corners, it was made for light stages and divine presence. You are stepping into a spiritual clarity where you will see the masks fall off everyone around you. The quiet one who rarely comments. The one who always asks for your pictures. The one who acts too supportive. It's time to observe with divine eyes. Archangel Michael says, you must cleanse your space tonight and declare, my name, my image, my spirit are mine and only mine. Whoever tries to carry what I did not give shall drop it in fire. Let this declaration echo. They tried to block your destiny with rituals. But what they accidentally triggered was the fast-forwarding of your blessings. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Tonight, the sky has taken a new shape above your name. There is a cloud of divine fire traveling, and it's heading toward the very space where your photo is being held. By the time the clock hits midnight, a shift will be felt. They will cough unexpectedly. A frame will fall. An object near your image will break on its own. These are not accidents. These are signs that their ritual has been cancelled by the higher realm. Everything they buried beneath ash will turn into smoke they choke on. Type Amen to get blessing 141. You are not who you used to be. You are no longer unaware. You are no longer passive. Your spiritual team has been activated by this unjust attack. And you are about to see things happen that confirm this truth. Watch who distances themselves from you this week. Watch who begins to avoid your eye contact. Watch who suddenly acts different without reason. They know what they did. And they know it's coming back. Type Amen to get blessing 595. Tonight, sleep with the light of protection around you. Call your energy back. Say your full name with strength and whisper, every photo of mine is a portal of power, not a prison. No hand that is not divine may hold it. That alone breaks the binding attempt. You have felt slowed down lately, mentally, physically, emotionally. It's because the photo ritual has been pulling from your strength. But that ends tonight. You will wake up feeling like a veil has been removed from your mind. Because it has. Type Amen to get blessing 744. The person who took your photo knew they had no right to do what they did. They justified it by telling themselves they were just protecting their own energy from you. But their true intention was control, not protection. Their hands are now carrying guilt. And soon their own dreams will be filled with faces they don't recognize, spirits warning them of the mistake they've made. The fire they tried to start in your life has jumped back into their own house. Type Amen to get blessing 212. By this time tomorrow, something odd will happen to them. A device will crash. A screen will freeze. An animal will behave unusually in their presence. Even the wind will not blow in their favor. Because the spiritual realm is already turning the tides against them. They used your photo, but they forgot one thing: they never had authority over your soul. That was given only to God, to your angels, and to your higher destiny. They borrowed your image to try and curse you, but instead they cursed their own reflection. Type Amen to get blessing 383. So now, move forward with no fear. The truth is, this attack happened because you're rising too fast for their comfort. You're glowing too loudly in a room they hoped you'd stay quiet in. But you were never made to shrink. And this ritual has now marked you even stronger. Your protection is unshakable now. Your voice is heavier now. Your energy is untouchable now. They have summoned your upgrade by trying to sabotage your peace. Type Amen to get blessing 616. No one can contain what heaven has unleashed. Let them keep their ashes. Let them fear their own mirror. Let them tremble when they hear your name whispered now. You are no longer vulnerable to backdoor rituals. You are armored in awareness. You are sealed in purpose. You are covered in the fire that burns through every false altar built with your name. Let them try again if they dare.